Texas, and I'm finally doing it. Finally, what has been requested from me for a while now. We are going to take the car of tomorrow to Legacy, Texas for the 2,000 subscriber special. Finally. I'm thinking, as far as time, it's going to be Saturday, August 27th. So that's next Saturday. That's going to give some people some time to practice. You're going to want to practice this car if you plan on racing. It's not as difficult as it used to be, that I remember at least, but it is more difficult than a lot of the modern cars. This is definitely a car with power. You're going to have to even use the brakes some in the corners in a 1.5. How crazy is that? Close to 195 on the straightaway. This is not the most powerful stock car on iRacing, but it is one of the most powerful ones. And definitely a fun car that I remember racing way back in the day, 2012. It's going to be fixed setup provided by Daniel, as usual, and it should be pretty drivable. Just definitely get some practice. Here at Old Texas, turn 2 is very, very narrow and really narrows on exit. Here, I'll just take out for a couple laps here. Best time I did in that little three lap run was a 30.3. Definitely do some practice. Try out the high side. Try and run the white line through the corners. Stay low on exit like you got a guy on your outside. And just experiment with it. There's a pretty big bump down the middle of the straightaway here at Old Texas that can kind of upset this car. So you need to be careful. This setup is pretty stable, kind of tight out of the corner. You're definitely going to want to try and save your right front. As far as laps, I'm thinking 92 laps. Cautions enabled. Open to 37 slots. First come, first serve. Going to basically be the exact same as my other posted events. License class, I think just D 4.0 and above. Maybe I might make it C 4.0. Haven't decided on that yet. Since this is a Class A car and NIS, you need to be C 4.0 and above. But yeah, no trouble at all, really. Just need to have a little bit of throttle control out of the corner. Make sure you're backing up those corners. Little tap of the brakes. Let it roll to the bottom. You're going to be wanting to save right fronts, as I said. But don't sleep on it. It can definitely jump sideways on you, full throttle out of the corner, with how much horsepower this thing has. Double file restarts, I believe. We're going to do cautions. I'm thinking 2 tire changes. 92 laps is going to be quite a long race. It's about 2/3 the length of an NIS race. So it's going to be decent. Hopefully we get some long green runs to make this thing not go by so slowly. But I'm telling you in advance, since we just crossed the 2,000 mark, and since you're going to want to practice. It's definitely not just a combo you can probably jump in and be good at if you don't have much experience with cars that are this tight or this powerful. Just trying the high side here. Definitely very tight on entry there, but you can really get a good run off. Not sure how the high side's going to work really. And it's really dusty up there with whatever track state I spawned in here. So it really doesn't want to turn on entry. So probably just bottom lines where you want to be. In the race, as I tap the wall, as I have to do every freaking time I'm on track. In the race, lap cars, make sure you pull out of the way of the leaders. Go to the top side. Don't go to the bottom. Just look at your F3. Keep an eye out. There's people on the lead lap behind you. Just make sure you stay plenty out of the way. Don't wait till the last second to move. Just hold your line on the outside, let them all by safely, preferably. I think that's it. So how many laps was that? Like a 5-lap run? We'll see what the tires are. 94, 96. Definitely, you're going to want to save tires. This is an old track surface. Old Texas here. 2009 Texas, 2009 car of tomorrow. It should be a lot of fun if we can get some clean racing. I'm hoping we can. We have pretty much every hosted race I've done, so I'm pretty excited. I think this is definitely going to be fun. And if this turns out well, we can take out the old Gen 6 maybe that has the 875 horsepower. This one I think 750. So way more than current car, but not the most that NASCAR's ever seen for sure. But should be fun, hopefully. Hopefully you can make it. Open to 37 people. It's going to be 8 p.m. Eastern, Saturday the 27th, which is next Saturday. So hopefully you can make it in. Just if you can get in the server, you can race. No qual or anything like that. Well, let me think about that. Maybe I'll make it a qual thing. We'll see. So if you have time to race, try and make it, but hopefully don't plan around it if you can't make it, because it might fill up quick with only 37 slots anyway. So I might make it open to 60 like Nick has been doing with his league. That seems to have worked pretty well for him. So I might do that and then do top 37 qual. We'll see. But either way, session will be open 8 p.m. Eastern, Saturday the 27th. Old Texas, Legacy Texas, car of tomorrow. The setup to download to practice will be in the description. Also, let me see if I can show this. Well, the folder for the setup is not... There's a folder in the setups folder, in mine at least, called Stock Car Chevy COT. Don't use that one. That is not the correct one for whatever reason. It's Stock Cars Impala. Just regular Impala. That's the folder you want to put the setup in to get it loaded into this car. And I think that's it. So info will be in the description, setup will be in the description, probably in the top comment as well. And hopefully this is a fun race. I'm kind of looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a pretty good challenge for everyone, especially saving tires. I think if we get some long runs, that's going to be a big thing, and I'm going to be trying to figure that out if I do any more practice. I may not do any more practice, but definitely want to back up those corners, see what we can do there. So hope you can make it.